Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Carl from Academy.com coming at you. How are you doing? Today, I'm going to share some tips and tricks, whatever you want to call them, on how to be successful in life. All right, first off, take a pen and paper, and I'm posing this question to you. What does success mean to you? Sounds simple, but different people have different definitions, and you just have to be honest with yourself. Success, being happy, having a job you love, finding your dream spouse, just having more time to be able to spend it with your kids, not be so stressed, goes on and on. Be honest with yourself, like I said. What does it mean to you? It sounds simple, but if you don't know what's going to make you happy, you're not going to know how to be successful. So, what is it you're looking for? Once you know that, you're on the right track, starting out. And most people, they don't even know what they want. But if you do, and you strategize, you'll get to where you want to be. Simple, but you have to do it to succeed ultimately and to be happy. All right, the next one is really tough to do. It's not easy. It sounds easy, but there are people who go their whole life not knowing this. And it is finding your purpose. Your purpose in life, everybody's put here for a reason, and a lot of people don't fulfill their life purpose, which is kind of saddening. But if you're doing what you love to do, what you would do even if you didn't get paid, then you're going to be a happy person no matter what. Because when it comes down to it, if you're doing what you're meant to be doing, you're going to love it, and money is kind of secondary. And the ironic thing, which is total truth, is if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, the money will follow. People are going to see, your passion, your joy, and your expertise in it, and they're going to want to get on that level with you. So they're totally going to be willing to shell out some money, no matter what it is. So, find your purpose. What would you do for free? And Oprah put it best. I totally had to add a quote in here when she said, you're on your road to success if you would do your job and not be paid for it. And it sounds silly for a lot of people. They think, well, my hobby is, baking or cooking. How am I going to make money doing that? I made a lot of money, selling baseball cards online and then to wholesalers. It seems like a silly hobby, but I, did really well doing that personally. Okay, another important thing you need to do is have a timeline. A lot of people just say, I want to do this, and they have no strategy, and there's no structure to it. And if you have a timeline, it helps a lot. And what do I mean by a timeline? Okay, here's a good example. Okay, let's say you want to be a professional comedian, okay? How a timeline would pertain to this, let's say you just like to write some jokes, your friends think you're funny, but you have no idea how you become a professional comedian. So, you read some books, you learn, basically what you need to do. So first thing, you can take a comedy class, and the next thing you do, have an open mic night where you perform. The next thing you do is you try to get an agent. Next thing, you try to book shows. Next thing you can do is release a DVD of one of your shows or post YouTube videos. These are different things that you want to accomplish. And to put it in a timeline, let's do the first thing. You want to take a comedy class. That'll find out how long a comedy class takes. It might be 3 months. Boom, put that on your timeline. Next thing, you want to have the open mic night. So give yourself a month to put together your routine. You probably have a routine in your comedy class from taking the class, but you really want to punch it up. Okay, give yourself a month for that. Put that on your timeline. A month later, you start performing and it's going well. Okay, now you want to find a comedy agent, whatever you want to call it. Boom, you do that. And if you accomplish a goal on your timeline, celebrate no matter what it is. And it helps to have small goals. You don't have to have one huge goal at the end and just strive for it, because that's really not good for morale. If you want to have good self-morale, have a lot of different goals like I just mentioned. So you're in your comedy class, you graduate from it. Boom, that's a huge accomplishment. Bask in the glory of your accomplishment, I should say. Not for too long, but just realize, I said I was going to do it, I did it, that's a goal, boom, that's my first hurdle. And the more you accomplish, the easier it becomes, the more motivated you get, the more success you feel, and if you keep going, you're not giving up, you're getting closer to your goal of whatever it is, whether it's being a comedian, being, a professional chef, whatever. All right, next thing, very important. A lot of people, this ultimately throws them off their, final goal of just succeeding in whatever it is to avoid distractions. And by distractions, I guess I can put that in two groups, whether it's internal or external distractions. External we'll go with first. It can be friends or family or just people who, whether consciously or subconsciously, they're, or jealousy, they can even have good intent, but they're keeping you from your goal. With good intent, it can be a family member who doesn't want to see you get hurt, doesn't want to see you fail, and, be all down and out. So they say, just stick to what you're doing. I don't want to see you get hurt. That's a good intention. Or you can have, friends or family members who are jealous because you're going for your dream, and that makes them feel incomplete because they don't have the guts to do it, and they might, try to keep you from that, whether it's, saying, oh, you can't do it, or, hey, instead let's go to the bar and get trashed, or whatever. And you just need to, keep on your road of, whatever your goal is. And also, from the internal standpoint, it can be the negative self-talk that you are saying to yourself, or the voice that just comes up, the voice I'm talking about, that, says, oh, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. I'm not good enough. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Why am I doing this? That voice, you can actually use it for motivation. Some people, myself included, if I have a voice that's saying, oh, you can't do this, you're gonna fail, you're wasting your time, I use that as fuel, motivation. I want to prove that voice wrong. I want to prove others wrong. If someone tells me I can't do something, I'm gonna do it. And when I'm feeling tired, low, I'm just gonna remember that, and I'm gonna it's gonna help me. And for other people, they don't really use negative self-talk like that. And for those people, I would advise that you just be conscious of this negative self-talk, and not really have an opinion on, just accept that you're hearing that voice, but keep moving toward your goal. And if you can use it as motivation, it's a big bonus. But if not, just realize it's just negative conditioning that happened when you were younger, and it's not you, and you're going for your goal, and it can be commended. So just keep going and don't listen to the negative self-talk. And I should also mention, there are also distractions in the form of very bad habits that can keep you from your goal, whether it's alcohol, drugs, gambling, whether it's eating food. Some people are addicted to food, they feel better. Whatever it is, just be aware of it. It's a pitfall. All right, related to staying away from distractions is the next point, which is to surround yourself with successful people. And this is beneficial for numerous reasons. Of course, first off, when you're around successful people, you're going to want to succeed. You're not going to be brought down. There's no negative energy, and you're going to be feeling good and motivated in achieving your goal. Also, if you can surround yourself with successful, happy people who are doing whatever it is you want to do in relation to your goal. An example is, let's say, like I mentioned before, you want to be a comedian. If you can surround yourself with successful comedians, they don't have to be mega stars, but people, who are doing their dream and they're enjoying it, it's going to help you for, a number of reasons. You're going to, like I said, feel good, and more importantly, you're going to be learning. And if there's one comedian, for example, or one person in your field that you really admire and you feel like they're a wealth of knowledge and they can help you, seriously, ask them if they could be your mentor, if they would agree to that. Chances are they'll feel very, very flattered. And you feel like, oh, I'm going to be bothering them with this. No, because they were once where you are now. And if you do, they'll offer you their knowledge, and you're also going to learn from not only their triumphs but also the mistakes they made. And if you do that, you're not going to make those mistakes, and that's going to save you time, money, heartache, and you're going to be more successful, and it's going to happen quicker. So it's very important to not only ask them what they're doing right, or not only what made them succeed, but also ask your mentor, what mistakes did you make? What do you wish you would have done differently? It's things that will save you time, money, and you're just going to get smarter and get better, and you're going to get to your goals quicker. Finally, and this is by far the most important point, is to never ever give up. Because when you give up, you fail, you lose, it's over. But if you never give up, you're always going to get closer to your goal, and sooner or later you will achieve it. And it's not easy, but you look at the most successful people in the world, whether it's Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, who passed away, but he's a great example too. These people who just failed before they succeeded. Look at Abraham Lincoln. I know he lost, it was like, I don't know exactly, but it was around like a dozen. It was some ridiculous amount of losses, when in his political career before he, finally won. He never gave up. It was literally like as many times he failed, he lost. And then he ends up being the president of the United States, one of the most beloved presidents. People love him, and he made a lot of changes, obviously. But he never gave up. That's the thing. And also, when you fail, you just learn, you learn a way not to do something. That was kind of hard to say, but you know what I mean? I believe Edison had a quote that was somewhat similar to that. I will post it on this video. Anyway, never ever give up is what I'm trying to say. And the larger dream you have, the more failures you're going to have to deal with. And if you want to do something awesome and dream big, succeed righteously, it's probably not going to happen on your first attempt. So I've got 5 tips I just shared with you, and I've got 5 additional tips. And if you would like to check those out, view below. I've got the link, Academy.com. I'll have the link to that exact article so you can read the other 5. I wish you success, and I hope that you take all these tips into consideration, you build a game plan, and you do exactly what you're passionate about, and don't take no for an answer, and don't listen to people who say you can't do it, because you can. So this is Carl from Academy.com, wishing you the best. Go get 'em.
Great!